Welcome back to Chrono Trigger. There was big news, but I'm promising myself not to gush over it in this part, so I'll save that for later.
Mega Man 11, there. I just spoiled it unclimactically.
Mega Man 11 and both anniversary collections being re-released on one console finally. But
plus the X,
for now,
plus the whole X series.
Well, that's what I said. Both collections, Classic and X collections, coming out on the Switch, PS4, Xbox One. Buy that shit, people.
Though in Mega Man Classic's case, it's two collections in one. Or two collections.
I mean,
and then
yeah,
you have,
you have.
I don't even think they mentioned if the X collection is going to be an actual collection or.
Well, they didn't say there was a collection, but they did say that they didn't officially say it's a collection, but they did say X 1 through 8 are going to be on the Switch.
Hopefully that means collection, because otherwise it'd be really awkward just to have to buy every single one individually.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you'd have to buy all 8 of them individually, that's like $80. But
no, not even $80. I would say it's probably not even gonna be like 40 at most.
Well, that's assuming each one is gonna be like $9.99 a piece.
Nah, I would say they would have to put them up like $5 each.
Probably. Anyway, before we get too much on a Mega Man tangent, because I kind of wanted to, as much as I'm super happy about that, we kind of have a boss fight to do. This is the Rust Tyranno. It's literally the Black Tyranno, only a lot harder, because it automatically starts with his countdown attack. So, basically, just hit him with all your strongest spells, because all he's going to do is his countdown. He can also eat you and heal himself. But the big thing is he's going to breathe fire on you when he counts down to 0.
Exactly the same as the Black Tyranno.
Yes, and it gets stronger and stronger each time he uses it. So, you're basically on an unseen time limit here. Kill him as fast as you can.
Eventually he'll do enough damage to one-shot you even if you're at full health.
That's why I have Marl and Magus here. Each of them are doing about 1,500 damage with their best attacks, so...
Yeah, did you already get your Magus' strongest?
Yeah, he's got Dark Matter.
Nice. Finally, you could stop grinding him.
Yeah. But, I mean, I was grinding him in this dungeon. I wasn't going to swap him out. I mean, it's really up to you. Dark Matter's pretty much the same power as Luminaire. So it really just comes down to which one do you prefer to use. Luminaire is technically stronger, just barely though.
But that's also because Chrono's like the jack of all trades, essentially.
Yes. He's pretty much... Well, to be fair, pretty much everyone in this game is a red mage except for Magus.
He's just straight up mage.
Yeah, he's the only pure black mage in this game.
Now I just feel like grinding up my black mage on Final Fantasy XIV.
You were just streaming 14 like 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes? Nah, it was like 2 hours ago. And then other shit kept coming up. And even then, that wasn't even me streaming, that was Johnny. And I was just happened to be there.
You were playing it, that's the point.
I just happened to be there, and I just happened to be talking. And don't think that I didn't hear you and Luigi talking shit. Well, not talking shit, but...
How could you hear us talk? We weren't even in the convo.
No, well, like in the Twitch chat. Like I had like
yeah, but
Johnny
we weren't
kept talking
about you.
I know, but just like no, at the start. It was like when Luigi and then like Johnny pointed out, "Hey, Lapis, Luigi says they like don't suck or something like that." I can't remember.
Oh, well, just joking. But anyway,
I know that's the
yeah. Anyway, another thing you can do to make this easier, if you have Marl on your team, just haste everyone, because that way you get like 3 or 4 turns in a row before Tyranno counts down.
Does the haste last the rest of the battle until you die, or does it just last for a little bit?
I think it lasts 2 full turns before you have to use it again. It's not permanent, but he's dead.
Jesus.
This can be a difficult fight if you don't come in with really strong characters. So like I could have easily made this even like the real reason why I had Marl is for haste. I could have easily come in with Chrono and just Luminaired him to death too. But haste helps a lot. And now we finally have the rainbow shell. Ayla, no.
Eat it.
Ah, but it's too heavy.
Man, we just lifted it up right now. Ayla, you got this.
Now, who's gonna carry this? Nah, Ayla's not that strong.
Alright, somebody get Colette.
She doesn't exist in this game era.
We'll make her exist.
No, we'll find somebody in the castle. Someone in the castle will be able to take it. Because remember, the Tyranno lair is somehow buried underneath Castle Guardia. I don't know why. Apparently, 65 million years into the future, they build another castle over its ruins, but it's still there.
Hang on, I'm going to share something in the Discord chat real quick.
Oh, God.
And it's like, just another quick reminder that Mega Man 11 is coming out in 2018.
I really, really wish people would just get over Mighty Number 9 because it was not that bad.
I know, but still, that's the joke.
It's not even a joke. It's called people are overreacting.
Like, I will say this,
Everyone
I think I've said it before, but just like, I didn't mind Mighty Number 9 that much. It was just okay, but at the same time, like, it was ambitious, too ambitious for its own good.
I wouldn't say it's too ambitious. It was
Dude, it was trying to be on every single console, including the last gen ones. That's what screwed it over.
People would have still complained about it regardless of how many consoles it was put on.
Not to mention the unnecessary online play, which I doubt anyone has ever used except for people that were trying to do reviews on the damn game.
Anyways, let's try not to talk about Mega Man. I mean, I'm super hyped for Mega Man 11. I'm super hyped for Mega Man 11. Anyone that watches my channel knows how big of a fan of Mega Man I am. And yes, I'm going to buy the X Collection, even though I have all 8 games, and I have the original X Collection with X1 through 6 on PS2, but this one's going to have Mega Man X7 and 8. So, and I want them to make more Mega Man games, so if you know, I'm going to buy the X Collection so that they make Mega Man X9.
I can't wait for Mighty Number 11. No, I'm kidding.
Stop kidding. You never Anyways.
I'm just joking.
I know. I'm just trying to keep us on track here. Now that we have the rainbow shell, we have to go put it somewhere where it'll be safe, which we did. So now that we brought it here, when we came back to the present, it should still be here, and then we can use it, right? There's no way this is gonna be a thing like what happened at the beginning of the game, Shifty Eyes.
Or is it?
Anyway, Trial of the... Oh god, it is the same. It is the beginning of the game. Oh, but it's the king this time and not Chrono. Fuck!
Sounds about right.
They say the... Oh, great.
So what? It's their royal treasures. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to them.
That's what I'm thinking. It's literally their freaking vault.
It's the royal treasures, not the people's treasures. If
they
it were the people's treasures, then I
live
would understand. But no, it's their treasures.
They literally live here. It is their castle. But no, apparently the king is under arrest for stealing the royal treasure.
Which were technically his to begin with.
And gee, I wonder what royal treasure that was. Wink, wink. Yeah, it's literally the first dungeon again. They even brought the old enemies back.
Sounds about right.
Gee, I wonder who the boss is gonna be here. We killed you. We killed you. We killed you 400 years ago, you bastard.
Hyper Ether.
Yeah, this is why you don't open these treasure chests. That one's locked. Gee, I wonder who's locked in that one.
Yeah.
If anyone has gone back or has paid attention, yes, this is literally copy-paste from the very first dungeon in the game. Normally this would bother me, but they do it in such a... The game does this on purpose.
Like, oh, Jesus.
I mean, plus the fact that this whole dungeon is completely optional. So yes, now instead of Chrono being on trial, it's the king. And the king is just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Chancellor, I've been wanting to punch you in the face since, like, part 5. What the shit?
And you always want to punch the Chancellor. Just like you want to punch the mayor of Azalea or the people of Luin.
I don't know, the Chancellor in Mario RPG was cool.
Yeah, but that's Mario. That's obvious.
Just because the Chancellor in Mario RPG isn't a dick doesn't mean it doesn't change the fact that he's a Chancellor.
The fuck is proof?
Like, how do you... It's like... The proof is that nobody even knew that the thing existed until you specifically brought it up, you idiot.
Right.
I was just like, you'd think anyone with common sense would be like, there was a rainbow what now?
I was like, what the fuck is the point of that?
I was like, and if it's a royal treasure, how do you know about it? You're not even royalty. You're just the Chancellor. If anything, this should be incriminating the Chancellor. If anything, this should just make everyone in the kingdom more suspicious of the Chancellor and less of the king.
So yeah, that's not. Yeah, we're not letting you through.
Well, this time because they're actually legit under orders because a trial's kind of happening.
Yeah.
But then
there is no heirloom.
It's like Ayla. Ayla's like, obviously something here. Go look for it.
And it's all like, how the fuck do you not remember this? We were just
like,
400,
we literally
400
just brought
years
this
ago,
back
5 minutes ago.
Like, that's literally why we came back here. We came back here knowing it should be here because we put it here in the past.
It was like, Maro, we were just here 5 minutes. We were just here 400 years ago. How do you not remember this?
And the only person that shouldn't give a shit is Meg. It's just like, why am I here again? Why do I care about some stupid shell? Like, oh right, that's a locked chest. I keep forgetting that that's locked. Like, god damn it. Nope, keep going down. There you go. You saw it before. No, wait, that's the kitchen. Whoops. Like, no, we saw it before. Go to the... There you go. Like, can I go through? Nope. It's very, very convenient that the... See, I was really, really tempted to throw in Phoenix Wright music here, but fuck it.
Dumb.
Very.
Yeah, dumber. It's like these people are like they're so freaking stupid that they're literally just named Dumb and Dumber.
That's Ted Woolsey. That's Woolsey translation.
Should have been Nash and Nasher.
He just wanted to reference that movie.
Did that movie even exist by this point? I thought it was until like late.
The first one probably. This came out in like '96.
I can't even remember when the first Dumb and Dumber actually came out.
I only know this because I always thought that this game came out before Final Fantasy VI, which was 3 in America, but actually Final Fantasy VI came out before Chrono Trigger in America. I always thought this came out first. But this came out like a year after Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, because I think this was like one of the last JRPGs on the Super Nintendo, even after 6.
Yeah. I just, for some reason, I always thought Final Fantasy VI came out after Chrono Trigger.
And in all honesty, it would have probably been like the apex of JRPGs at that point.
Yeah.
So are these just like literally the exact same enemies? They aren't even strengthened up at all?
Yep, this is literally copy-paste from the first dungeon of the game. The only difference is it cuts away to the king having his trial while we're going in looking for the rainbow shell.
So yeah, my thing just messed up right now. So these enemies are like completely the same?
Yes. It's exactly the same as when we were going through the castle in the first dungeon.
To the point that, yeah, they're just the exact same experience points, money.
Yeah. It's times like this where I kind of wish that it had like an Earthbound mentality where if you're just that much stronger than enemies, it just doesn't make you go through the fight. Because god dang it. I mean, to be fair, it's not that bad. You're not going to lose.
And to be fair, though, it is kind of cathartic just like remembering back just how much stronger have you gotten compared to these guys.
True. I mean, it's kind of why I was like, maybe I should have had Chrono. Especially now that Magus technically doesn't need to be in my party anymore, but I like Magus. And I have to have Marl in my party for this one, so... It's really not that big of a like I said before, it's really not that big of a difference. It's like, do you want to use Luminaire or do you want to use Dark Matter? They're both pretty much the same power-wise.
It's like, oh, that's key. You think you're actually a threat to us.
It's like, unless you were doing a low-level run. Wait, no, this would still be...
This would still be
no,
fucking
it's still
easy.
just as easy. If anything, it's even easier.
Yep.
Oh, well, at least you get the cool music from the Ocean Palace.
So you guys have had 400 years to get stronger, and you didn't even bother. You had one job.
There, good. Now we get all these really good items. And good, the rainbow shell's here. No, there's not another Hyper Heather in there. Why is it not? There we go.
So it does exist, and these guys were pathetic in even trying to hide this from us.
Like, literally nobody checked the vault because it's right here. Everyone in the kingdom is an idiot.
It's like, someday when you have children, you'll understand. Maybe with Chrono. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Shifty. Like, the only downside that I have to this is... The only downside to this side quest to me is that Marl's like the secondary main character of the game, and they wait till an optional side quest at the very end of the game to give her the rest of her backstory.
Yeah.
Maybe if this wasn't optional and like they forced you to do this before Lavos, it wouldn't bug me so much. It just feels weird that like the main female protagonist gets her backstory as optional side quests. It's also kind of ironic that Ayla is literally Marl's descendant. Like, they make a point to prove that she's literally related to Ayla.
It's always the people that have blonde hair that are related.
So anyway, we gotta go stop the trial because apparently everyone thinks the king is guilty.
Sounds about right. I like how that one just passed by. You're like, hey, wait a minute.
So, yeah, let's just go make sure that the king doesn't get arrested for something that he clearly didn't do.
Right?
Except we still gotta fight these guys again.
Eh.
Stupid respawning enemies. At least they don't have a time limit. That would suck.
I always thought it did.
No.
Like when I first played it, though, like I just ran through this as hard as I possibly could. I was just like, God damn it!
Well, thankfully we're literally 3 rooms away from there.
But it isn't any less suspenseful. It's just like, it's just gonna keep showing everyone trying to, like, put in their verdict, and then each time like that.
I keep going down into the kitchen. I don't know why.
Maybe the trial's in the kitchen. It's like, yeah, nah, you can't leave. Don't even bother trying to leave.
No, we gotta find a different way into the courtroom now because the guards won't let us through.
You're gonna go for that chest again, aren't you?
No.
Oh, thank God. I was about to say, come
I
on,
know
dude,
it's
you already
there.
checked that 3 times.
Was it 3? I thought it was only 2.
It was still more than
Like,
once.
okay, let me in. That's what it is. You have to talk to these guys twice. So it's kind of confusing. And then Marl's like, nope, there's another way. Welp, well, shit.
Game over.
Guilty. God, we didn't present enough evidence. Gee, just point yourself out even more, Chancellor.
Right. And now for dynamic entry.
Insert cornered music here. I was really tempted to do it, but I just figured no.
Just climbing the window. She's like, nope, screw this.
Mrs. Boomiak! Ah! Mrs. Boomiak! It's literally the same thing. I know I say this every time, but I just love Toriyama's expressions he gave to all these sprites, especially the Chancellor. Like, besides, we already kind of convicted him.
Right.
No, we're definitely pulling a Phoenix Wright, despite the fact that he's obviously been convicted guilty. No. Like, it literally just took, like, a corner of showing that it exists. I mean,
Yeah, okay, just reveal it up.
Okay. Wait, ancestors.
Yeah, you remember that really, well, somewhat easy first... Well, you remember the first boss. Let's fight it again.
Yeah, they didn't just recycle the first dungeon. We're recycling the first boss, too. Yakura's back.
Well, to be specific, his 13th descendant is. And you gotta give him credit, he's a lot more of a threat than his ancestor was.
13 generations of assholes. It's like, seriously, wait, there's 13 chancellors, but 33 kings. How does that work?
Assassination plots? I don't know.
I guess. Anyway, charm him for stuff, and then just go to town, kick his ass. It's literally the same exact fight as Yakura.
It doesn't seem like he's countering every single attack you do with like little tackles.
That's because you're too far away for him to do it. And this is much easier because you just have a lot stronger attacks. This is basically what New Game Plus would be for Yakura 1. So, I don't have much to say about this boss because it's literally just Yakura again. Oh, there he goes. He finally did something.
I like how Magus just stood there like, and everyone else just freaking out that like the earthquake is hurting them. Look at that, he's just like,
Yeah, Magus doesn't care. He's like, bitch, I fought Lavos and lived.
That Chrono guy, not so much, but still.
I kind of need him to live, even though I really don't. He can kill Lavos. Last time I tried to fight him, I lost all my magic.
Right.
I was like, wait, did I already run out of magic? Oh wait, I ran out of magic to use dark matter because I don't have. No, there it goes.
You got plenty of magic.
Now I'm deciding to use haste. Probably should have been using that sooner. Apologies for the commentary for this boss fight. It's just this. There's really no strategy. You just beat the shit out of Yakura with a...
Heard about it from the ancestors.
Your weaknesses are, Oh no, he remembered that he can use his stupid spine attack. Ow, it actually hurts still.
Yeah, the joke's on him, though. You have hundreds of HP.
Yeah, also your ancestor used that on all three of us at once, not just one person.
Right.
Also, Oh no, you would have been dead, but I had to use... Magus had to heal up his MP there.
Needle spin
version 13. There it comes. Nope. Your ancestor used that on the whole party, dude, not just one person. And this is why I have Ayla, because Cube Toss kicks ass. It's one of the best double techs in the game.
See, this is what happens with 13 generations of crossbreeding.
They don't learn.
They don't learn. They need the experience.
Defeat it again. Make sure you have enough HP because he's gonna counter. Because before he dies, he's gonna do this. Maybe if he'd used that multiple more times, he would have beaten us.
Right. Instead of a desperation attack that
stupid.
tries to like kill off your whole party.
Yeah, and that's the attacks that Yakura 1 used.
By default.
Here we got a Mega Elixir. Yay! Finally, we're done with every subquest in the game. We can go to the final dungeon, finally.
But first, feels, I guess.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it was completely Yakra's fault that Marl has always hated her father.
And it's always been the Yakra family that's been fucking over the chancellors and making them look like assholes.
You know, the entire Guardia line was screwed because Yakra was a dick.
Yep.
That's not even Lavos' fault. That's just a generation of monsters that never died off.
Yep.
I mean, I guess Lavos had something to do with monsters existing in the world, but I don't know. It never really explains that.
And tell her to use protection. What?
This is the year 1000. Nobody used condoms back then. Having fun there?
Yeah, I had to freaking... I don't know if I... Because I just said a joke and I don't know if you heard it.
Oh. Say it again.
No, it's just like when he was recalling her mother's last words.
Oh, the use protection. I heard that.
Yeah, and then after that I didn't hear anything. I'm like, oh shit, did it do the thing again?
No. I was more being silent because this part is kind of touching.
Right.
So
Why the fuck would I call you daddy? Because I'm your dad.
Well, you were also like 5.
I was like, please never call me daddy again. You're too old for that shit. No.
She's his daughter.
That's
For God's sake, man. Come on. Don't be gross.
Don't be kink shaming me. No, I'm kidding.
Anyways.
I'm just kidding. Jesus.
I know.
Also, I'm a little intoxicated.
Whatever.
You would be too after Battletoads.
Melchior's back. Yay! And this is why we did this. Prepare to get the best weapon for Chrono in this version anyway.
It's either the best weapon for Chrono, or... Wait, does Chrono get it by default? Or wait, nah, yeah, I'm thinking something else.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, the best weapon for Chrono, and either the best helms, or the best armor.
Yeah.
But not all at once.
The armor and the helmet thing are both complete. They're both good. So there's really no reason to not use it. It really just comes down to personal preference, and if you're doing New Game Plus, you're going to get them both anyway, so...
Yeah.
Also, we can open that treasure chest now. I just have to go back into the courtroom and get the key. I'm trying to go to... I had to go back into the courtroom to get the key.
Okay.
So now I can finally open that treasure chest that's been locked for the entire freaking game. And gee, it better be freaking worth it. Let's open it, and it's the real Chancellor. And I love how Magus is just floating in midair there. Oh, I've been locked up in there for like 6 months. God damn it. No. Is the festival still going? See, this is the benefits of time travel. All this is happening, everything we've been doing, and nothing has changed since we left. It's the exact same day that it's been since the first time we left.
Also, you're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way.
I am going the wrong way.
What are you doing?
I'm talking to the king. Can do. Good. Now let's go get our stuff. Let's go get the reason why we were here. And I'm trying to remember where that was. There I go.
I think you were just checking in, see where the Chancellor went, or see if he was like in the throne room. No, there you go.
Oh, there you go. See, I remember. Have a little more faith in me, man. I've done this. I've beaten this game like 7 times.
I've beaten it 3 times, and I still remembered which way to go.
Well, you never attempted to get every ending in the game, so...
Yeah, I have. I've gotten all the endings.
Well, it's easier when you have multiple save files.
I only did it on one save file.
Well, whatever. Come talk to Malcolm. Okay, so he can make the rainbow shell into 1 prism dress or 3 prism helms. Go for the prism helms; they're actually better. And if you do a new game plus, then you can get the prism dress. There's really no negative towards getting either of these.
It's just that you can only get one or the other on one playthrough, unless you like steal it from enemies, I think.
Yeah, I think the prism dress gives Marl a huge boost in magic defense or something, but the prism helms give you like protection from status ailments, like all status ailments in the game.
Now, where's that weapon at?
If you talk to Malchior again, but first I'm gonna equip my stuff.
No, he's like, wait a minute.
He's like, wait, I still have all these. He's like, I'm gonna keep all these. The Shiva Edge for now is my best weapon, but I mean,
I think I'm trying to decide the rainbow weapon.
No, I think I was just debating on if I should give the prism dress. Like, wait, I still have to talk to you. That's what it is. You need the Sunstone. If you didn't get the Sunstone, I think Malchior stays here until you get it. But since I already did that side quest, give him the Sunstone, and he combines the Sunstone with the Rainbow Shell to get the Prism specs, and this game's best weapon, the best weapon in the game for Chrono, if you're playing the Super Nintendo or PS1 versions. You got the Rainbow Sword, which is freaking amazing.
And then he just runs off.
The Rainbow Sword is the best weapon in the game for Chrono. You will see why once I equip the dang thing.
And once you read the description of it.
Rainbow, 70% critical hit rate.
You're going to be hitting criticals more often than not.
If you don't like that it's a 70% critical rate, get the DS version. You get a sword that's an 80% critical rate.
90.
90, even better.
So essentially, you have a rarer chance of not hitting a critical than actually getting a critical.
You go from a 1 in 7 chance of getting a critical to like pretty much 1 out of every 7 turns you're going to get a critical, to 1 out of every 9 turns is going to be a critical.
No, it's more like 7 out of 10 times you'll get a critical.
Oh, 7 out of 10, and then or 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
So essentially, you very rarely see a non-critical hit.
And that's the final side quest in the game if you're playing the Super Nintendo version. If you're playing any of the before going to the final dungeon, be sure to go fight Specchio one more time.
For shits and giggles.
It's not the very last time, but this is probably the hardest form. And he's a bastard because he pretty much he'll start the battle with an attack that can confuse everyone in your team. And if that happens, you're done. There's literally nothing you can do about it. And you get a magic tab, a speed tab, a power tab, and 10 elixirs.
Why the hell not?
There is still one more form of Specchio you can fight, but you can't fight him until at least one character on your team is level 99. And no way in hell am I doing that on a non-New Game Plus file.
Yeah. And on the DS version, it's a lot easier to grind up because there is a post-game dungeon that unlocks if you play New Game Plus, where all the enemies give a bunch of experience.
And the reason why I had Chrono, Marl, and Robo on my team for that is that they have the Triple Tech Lifeline that automatically revives everyone in your party one time if they die, which is pretty much required for this form of Specchio and his final form because he has moves that can insta-kill you.
Sounds about right.
With that, now that all of the side quests are done, we have one final... Technically, the final dungeon is also optional. We can go to the Black Omen. You can go to the Black Omen in 3 separate timelines and beat it 3 times in a row as long as you don't kill Zeal. So if you really want to grind, go through the final dungeon 3 times before you fight Lavos.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't think it's really that much worth it. I mean, you're more than powerful enough for it.
If the only real reason you'd want to go through it twice or three times is because you can steal a lot of good items from enemies there. All the bosses respawn too, so you can steal tabs and good armor and stuff from enemies if you want to redo it. I won't be doing that this playthrough because I don't feel like going through the same dungeon two times off camera. But next time we're going to start going through the Black Omen, which is by far the longest dungeon in the game.
For a good reason, it is the last one, technically.
It also reminds me of my old playthrough that I had to re-upload and I had to split the parts up. It went from being a 4-part dungeon to like a 7-part dungeon because I had to split it into 15-minute parts.
Yeah, whatever.
God, that was awful. But this time it'll be faster, I promise. So see you guys next time.